At least 13 people are confirmed dead, and more than 20 others are still missing after devastating flash floods swept through parts of central Texas during the early hours of July 4th. The most tragic impact was at Camp Mystic, a girls' Christian summer camp in Hunt, Texas, where over 100 campers and staff were caught off guard in the middle of the night. Officials say that within just 45 minutes, the Guadalupe River rose more than 26 feet, the second highest level ever recorded in that area. What began as a peaceful night turned into a deadly disaster zone. Rescue teams responded after emergency calls began coming in around 2 a.m. when water overwhelmed cabins, tents, and RVs. Many of the missing are young girls who were attending the camp. Some parents received text messages from their daughters saying they were scared or trying to escape, but communication was lost soon after. One family said that their 12-year-old sent a message saying, "It's flooding bad. We don't know what to do." She has not been heard from since. So far, 13 bodies have been recovered from the floodwaters. Among them are at least 2 camp counselors, several children, and elderly residents from nearby areas who were trapped in their homes. Emergency officials say the current death toll is expected to rise as search teams continue combing the river and surrounding areas. More than 850 people have been rescued, and around 300 are now staying in emergency shelters. Roads and bridges have been destroyed, and some entire neighborhoods have been washed away. Questions are being raised about whether enough was done to warn people in time. While a flood watch was issued earlier in the day, there was no mandatory evacuation, and many residents say they had little or no warning before the water came rushing in. Search and recovery efforts are still underway. Dozens of agencies, including local law enforcement, FEMA, and the National Guard, are now involved. Helicopters, drones, and search dogs are being used to cover as much ground as possible. As of now, rescue teams are focusing on the riverbank, submerged cabins, and debris field. Officials are also monitoring nearby dams and water levels in case more flooding occurs. This disaster is now being called one of the worst flash floods in Texas in over a decade. The governor has declared a state of emergency, and mental health counselors have been deployed to help grieving families and shaken survivors. Authorities are asking the public to stay away from affected areas to allow emergency crews to work, and they're urging people with missing loved ones to report their names to local disaster response hotlines. More updates will be released as the situation develops.